To get to know the MRN, you need to understand a little bit of our history. For the last 14 years, we've been running clinical trial visits in the patient's own community, in the home, in the school, in the workplace, whatever makes sense. For that entire period, we have been advocates for what is now known as patient centricity. For most of that time, we've also been operating globally. We now have 4 offices around the world, our headquarters here in the UK, a large office in Chicago, and 2 smaller offices, one in Stuttgart in Germany and one in Madrid in Spain. To date, we've delivered over 45,000 clinical trial visits in patients' homes. Right now, we're delivering around about 850 clinical trial visits a month. That's coming from 700 clinical trial sites in 100 or more active clinical trials across 40 countries. Our single focus as a company is clinical research. We aim to make trials more efficient by helping patients participate whilst remaining in their communities wherever they live around the globe. Recruitment boosts dramatically when you reduce the inconvenience and disruption of a trial on a patient's life by replacing some of the visits to investigator sites with visits in the community and allowing them to happen at a time that is convenient to the patient, such as in the evenings or at the weekend. This ease of participation has proven to directly increase patient recruitment by at least 60% and typically maintains retention at over 95% in the sites that use our service. Designing trials in this way is new, so from our inception, MRN has consulted with protocol designers in our customers and supported sites in our trials by using our specialised expertise and creative abilities. We've been doing this for a long time and are more than happy to make our expertise available to everyone. While the industry in recent years has discussed various decentralized models and strategies, COVID-19 has brought their implementation to the very forefront of clinical trial development. In reaction to the global pandemic, sites have closed, studies are losing their trial patients, and hundreds of millions of research dollars are at risk. Somewhere around 50% of trials have been suspended, and between 60 and 85% of sites have closed their doors to trial patients. The recovery from the first peak is far from complete, but it will worsen again as we move into the second peak. In response to these pressures, existing and new clients are turning to MRN to help rescue their trials from imminent failure. Since March, we've received nearly 600 requests to support trials. We've responded by growing our organisation rapidly, both in sales and operations, but also across the board in support functions such as quality and training, IT, etc. We're also growing our ability to access the supply chain, increasing our access to nurses across the globe to meet the heightened demand. We have implemented new processes to improve our efficiency and speed, enhancing our project management tools, improving our management information, and streamlining our proposal process, as well as ensuring our nurses and patients are protected from the virus. All very necessary to ensure we continue to deliver a top quality product safely for our customers and our patients. Of course, like everyone else, we've adapted to working mostly from home. You can see our offices are all fully adapted to the new realities of work and have been certified as safe by the appropriate government authorities. So, what's going to happen next? Well, as we go into the second peak, lockdowns are going to return. More localised for sure, and sites are once again going to be stretched and find running clinical trials difficult. Patients are going to be unwilling to go to hospitals at all, and our home trial support service is going to become more and more popular. We are ready to help and have been busy working with our customers to build the right sort of mitigation into their plans for running visits in the home, giving us all the best chance of minimising the impact of the virus on clinical trials in the next few months. Of course, pandemic or not, community-based trials are good for patients and therefore good for sites and sponsors. This type of service was already becoming quite established over the last 14 years and is set now to be a standard element of all future trials. They will be faster as a consequence. This means now is the time to explore how to use these services and start to plan for the long-term future changes in the clinical trial environment. Patient centricity is here to stay. Community-based services are a key part of that, and MRN is here to help you design and implement your plans.